Guys, welcome to episode number 92 of Adventures in Welding. I'm Paul. Thanks for joining me. Today we are talking about plug welds, which are some welds that fill in a hole joining two pieces of metal together, something like a spot weld, but not exactly. I've got a couple pieces of 1/4 inch steel here, prepped and cleaned for TIG welding, some 3/8 inch holes drilled, and you can use this a lot in auto body to join a couple pieces of sheet together. Grind off the buttons after the end, and they are completely hidden welds. Using the number 17 torch with a gas lens, thoriated electrode is stuck out a little far, and I'm running about 20 CFH of gas. We want to make sure the electrode can reach the bottom of the hole and that we have adequate gas coverage for the weld. Let's get going. Using the Eastwood TIG 200 here, DC of course. I've got it set for a max of about 90 amps, which is plenty for this. Once we get a nice wet puddle form, we're simply going in a circular motion around the edges, adding filler as we go, fusing the sides and the bottom. You want to be real careful when you're doing this that you're completely filling in the holes, because if you leave anything a little bit low, it's going to show up at the end when you grind the buttons off. Now, if this isn't something that's critical and you don't really care how it looks, then don't worry about it. But if it is, make sure you add plenty of extra that you can grind off later. As we get to the top and I'm done adding material, I just kind of swirl the torch around for a nice clean finish and taper off. Here we are, second verse, same as the first. Nothing too difficult here. Same thing, start at the edges, work our way around towards the center, making sure to fuse everything together. Get a good solid rest for your hand, steady torch, steady hands, all that matters. Filler placement is not critical here. Just push the puddle, add some filler. Push and fill is really all that's going on here. Careful you don't dip, and make sure that you're coming up over the top of the complete hole. You don't want to leave any divots. Alright, this is the final hole, same as the first two. What can I say? Nothing much. Circles, push, fill, edges towards the middle. Make sure you add enough material. Pay attention here, because this will come back in a minute when we grind this off, and I'll show you what happens when you don't add enough extra material and then you clean off the buttons to try and hide your weld. If you've got to go back and add more, you're really going to have to clean out the hole that's left behind, or you're not going to get a nice weld. Alright, here are our finished plug welds. That was the first one. There's the second one and the third one. All we're going to do now is clean them off. You can see that they all look a little bit proud of the surface, which is what we want. After hitting with the flap disc, the first one looks pretty good. I mean, it is completely hidden, and that material is joined together. On the second one, you look, I left a little low spot there that I couldn't quite tell. Always add extra material. Third one's looking good. Now you're going to have to come back, and that hole is going to have to be really clean, or you're not going to get a good weld in welding. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm trying a shorter format here so I don't lose too many viewers. I know a couple guys have mentioned that they have limited bandwidth, but thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you again next time on Adventures in Welding.